जय कुंज विहारी जय
जय
गो
राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी।
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
जमुना तीरा वनचारी
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद।
जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरुदेव
जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव।
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
जय जय श्री राधा माधव भगवान की जय जय गौर
जय
निताई की जय
जय
जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
पतित पावन श्रीपाद महाराज की जय
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हो।
जय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं।
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरयेत्
ततो जयमुदीरये।
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 3, Text 32. Tattaha param na paramapi anejad ejat chakinchid vyatiriktamasti vidyaha kalaste tanvascha sarva हिरण्य गर्भोऽसि बृहत्रि पृष्ठः ततः परं न परमपि अनेचत् एजत् च किञ्चित् व्यतिरिक्तमस्ति विद्याः कलास्ते तनवश्च सर्वा हिरण्यगर्भोऽसि बृहत्रि पृष्ठः. Straight go to translation and purport. By His Divine Grace, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. There is nothing separate from you, whether it be better or lower, stationary or moving. The knowledge derived from the Vedic literatures, like the Upanishads, and from all the sublimbs of the original Vedic knowledge, form your external body. You are Hiranyagarbha, the reservoir of the universe. But nonetheless, being situated as a supreme controller, you are transcendental to the material world, which consists of the three modes of material nature. Purport. The word param means the supreme cause. And aparam means the effect. The supreme cause is the supreme personality of Godhead, and the effect is the material nature. The living entities, just a second, how do I disconnect the Bluetooth? Give me a second, please. The living entities, both moving and non-moving, are controlled by the Vedic instructions in art and science, and therefore they are all expansions of the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the center as the Super Soul. The Brahmandas, the universes, exist during the duration of a breath of the Supreme Lord. Yasyaka Nishvasitakalam Athavalam Vyajivanti Lomo Vilaja Jagad Andanatha. Thus they are also within the womb of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu. Nothing therefore is separate from the Supreme Lord. This is the philosophy of Achintya Veda Veda Tattva. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिस्वरूपदामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमः सद्भक्तमनय मणिपुरोद्भवाय च प्रभुपाल सद्वाणी प्रचार निरताय ते. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I like to offer my most humble obeisances to everyone, especially Maharajis and everyone present in this gathering. Not everyone assembles by 7:30, it seems. There is nothing separate from you, whether it be better or lower, stationary or moving. The knowledge derived from the Vedic literatures like the Upanishads and from all the sublimes of the original Vedic knowledge form your external body. You are Hiranyagarbha, the reservoir of the universe, but nonetheless, being situated as a supreme controller, you are transcendental to the material world, which consists of the three modes of material nature. Here, actually, the Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva is produced in the sense that everything is Krishna and everything is still separate from Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is his energy, right? So in a sense, everything is Krishna because everything belongs to Krishna. But everything is not Krishna. And when we talk of Swarup, so Swarup and Vibhuti, constitution and opulence, can we say? So everything is a Vibhuti of Lord, energy of Lord, his expansion. But everything is not a Swarup of Lord, right? Lord is the supreme enjoyer by constitution and full of rasas and full of all opulences. For the devotees, Premi Bhakt, the rasas aspect are more relevant. The opulences, actually Premi Bhakta, they don't have much interest in the opulence of the Lord. But Lord employs his opulences in varieties of ways. This whole material causal word is actually one amsha of Lord's huge energy. Lord is right. So in this way, this material world can be called as this whole material world comprising of countless universes having been filled with countless spiritons. So this material world, which is causal, having a great deal of secondary causes and their effects, itself finds its cause in Krishna, because this whole material world is just amsha of one opulence or opulence of Krishna. This material world में ये पूरा का पूरा भगवान की एक विभूति समझनी चाहिए, और है ऐसा. This whole thing is the opulence, energy of Krishna. It's a material. Krishna is a material cause, right? Krishna is the material cause. So, like pretty much in any company, in any office, everything actually is an emanation of the boss, the owner of the company. Because everything has been bought using the wealth of the boss. So essentially everything is a wealth of boss. Wealth is one of the 6 opulences. So everything is an amsha of the that opulence, wealth opulence of the boss, right? And when we talk of Bhagwan, let's say by definition, Bhagwan would mean What is Bhagwan? Bhagwan means the possessor of the six opulences. Right. So in a way, everything actually, they are that particular aspect of Bhagwan boss. Right? In a sense, are we understanding? Everything is boss in the sense, because everything has been, everything material in that company belongs to, or is actually, the wealth opulence of the boss. But everything is not boss in the sense, because boss is the possessor of these opulences and he has got his own. So in the home, the boss is enjoying with his children, with his family. So in the as a Swarup, the boss is full of rasa also. In the Swarup, he's an enjoyer, he's actually enjoying the rasa. This is the difference, possessor and possession. So here also, in our case, both the boss and his opulences, they actually belong to Krishna. So the possession here, whatever possession we have, why do I possess all those things? Because there is a there are so many intermediate reasons for me possessing those possessions. My own good and karma, my past deeds. Therefore, someone possesses a small hut, whereas someone possesses a big palace, or in fact, someone possesses a whole planet. And in fact, there is Brahmaji who possesses the whole Brahmand. So according to our karma in the previous life, we are given possessions of various things. So our possession and us, the possessor, they are not spontaneously connected. There is a param cause. This possession belong to him, and the possessor, secondary possessor, also belongs to him. Both are his energy. And this interlinking, this connection of these, the connection of possession and possessor, they also belong to Krishna. Yet Vidya, the Vidya using which the possessor can actually get hold of a possession, they are all mentioned in Vedas. And Vedas are the intelligence of Lord. Second opulence. Second opulence is, who is Bhagwan? One who is having this, who is having all the intelligence, all the wisdom, all the knowledge. So the Vedas, the manuals, how to live in this material world, that is one part of the Vedas. And not only live in this material world for the materialistic living entity, the Vedas give a manual on how you can actually become a wealthy person in the next life, how you can actually become Indra in the next life, and how actually you can become Brahma also if you try Vedas seriously. We understand that one who performs 100 Ashwamedha Yagya successfully, he is eligible to become Indra, right, in the next life. Suppose 1 million people, they are able to perform Ashwamedha Yagya, 100 Ashwamedha Yagya. So it means 1 million people are qualified to become Indra. But there can be only one Indra. So therefore, there are many, many manvantras. And there are many, many universes also. Every universe has got one Brahma, but many, many demigods. But there is one Brahma at a time. So let's say again, if 1 million people are qualified to become Brahma, so there are 1 million universes. Let's say if every living entity in all the universes are qualified to become Brahma, then we don't know the opulence of Krishna. It's so opulent that there are universes for all these Brahmas also. For all the living entities in all the universes, there are so many universes. And so therefore are we understanding the opulences? The opulence means these various Brahmand, all these Brahmand, right? And Brahma going to various Brahmanas, and for that matter, a living entity getting hold of a position. This Vidya is actually in Veda, and Vedas are nothing but the intelligence of Krishna. There is no difference between intelligence of Krishna and Krishna himself, right? तो हमारा जो कुछ भी पोजीशन है यहाँ पे, ये हम पर जो है हम पर कहना चाहिए थोपी गई है, हमारे स्पॉन्टेनियस उसके साथ कनेक्शन नहीं है, हमारे इंक्लूडिंग अवर ओन बॉडी. बट Krishna is spontaneously, is Bhagwan, he is spontaneously. These are all his energies only. So we can safely say that everything is him, but everything is not him. Achintya Bheda Ved. Right. Again, same example of the boss and his company, though all the various materials, they belong to the boss, but then how to use the materials and how to logically arrange the material, right? The compartmentalization. I mean, you don't expect printer to be in the bathroom. Printer is in the printer room, right? This compartmentalization, this sanrachana, that is also wisdom of the boss. And then again, in the company, there are various schemes, promotion scheme. If you do this, you will be promoted to this. If you perform like this, you will be promoted. Otherwise, you will be demoted. So, or you will be thrown out. So, this is also wisdom of boss. So, in this way, ये यूनिवर्स में जो सारे यूनिवर्सेस हैं और सारे यूनिवर्सेस में जो जितनी संरचना है, स्ट्रक्चर एंड कंपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन, सृष्टि, all these things actually they are all they are all the manifestation of the intelligence, supremely intelligent, supremely wise Krishna. And he is the Param Karana. Param Karana means supreme cause. Actually, supreme cause means single most cause. So supreme cause, single most cause means, remember the last week we were discussing how all the pearls, they are strung on the one single thread. There is only one single thread. There is only one thread. There is no other thread. There is no secondary thread or primary thread. There is only one thread. Similarly, there is only one cause actually. And all the other so-called causes are actually effects. I'll give you one example so that you can understand. For example, when we watch movies in a theater, we see so many chronology of events, one after another, and the previous event becomes the cause of the next scene. In fact, nowadays these movies, they run in retrograde. So whichever, whatever, one scene becomes the cause of another scene, you know. Uh, yeah, right. One scene becomes the cause of another scene. But for a projector man, the one who is actually in the projector room, who is actually running the uh, projector and projection, for him, every scene is actually is scribed in the reel, and the reel is present in front of him, and so for all the scenes are present present in front of him at the same time. All the causes and effects, all the scenes are present in front of him at the same time. It means it is a pool of causes and effects. In fact, it is a pool of effects. It is a pool, but for the audience, there is a chronology. So therefore, the audience tells this as a cause and this is the effect. So therefore, in this material world, there is a chronology, cause and effect, and cause and effect. Effect becomes a cause. But for Krishna, everything is actually a pool. There is a pool, a soup of effects and effects only. Because Krishna is a supreme cause, the only cause. He is the cause. He only enters in each and every universe as all these effects. He only as a time, right, brings upon the chronology. He only as the binding fact attaches one cause to its effect because the chronology is there. So it is his enormous, Krishna's enormous wisdom. Okay, it is so enormous that just by thinking about it, we must be humbled. That's what the science should teach us, humility. And scientists, they are, for example, in one of the summer school in Varanasi, one speaker came who was over ambitious. He would say that if you have the knowledge of electron, or all these fundamental particle, then that day is not far when we can actually create our own universe. Such an over ambition. But where is the humility, right? Humility is to acknowledge the fact that how intelligence of Krishna is spreading everywhere so fantastically. Seeing the enormous intelligence of Bhagwan everywhere. And we don't have to go actually everywhere. In front of us, in fact, even in our own body, right? If we just carefully examine our body is such a perfect machinery, not only for doing the karma, but for also enjoying the karma phala. Using our body, we do so many activities just by this machinery, just this body with 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, and all these things whichever have been, the living entities are able to do so many things. With our own body, we are able to walk. With this lump of flesh, we are able to walk distances. We are able to hear, see, and talk, and write so many publications, and do so many creative dance, so many steps, so many styles of dancings are there. Using just this one lump of flesh and bones, we are able to do so many things, cooking so many delicacies, right? This should actually, every day it should kind of drown us in great wonder and marvel, thinking, oh my God, how possibly it could be. So for Krishna, So such for karma and karma, we are able to do so many activities, and also we are able to enjoy or suffer our karmic reactions through this body only. And every single spot in this body is a place of disease. Disease is karma phal. Every single at any spot, anything can happen. It can develop and develop, um, and in just 2 years or 3 years, some people survive for 7 years or whatever years. Cancer, and someone may collapse. So this machinery is such a fit machinery. There are 7 gates through which the spiriton exits. Such a nice system is this body, that the activities and the reactions and finally the exit, everything is very beautifully arranged in this body. So seeing this intelligence of Krishna everywhere, it should drown us, definitely drown us. If it is not drowning us, then we should deliberate more, contemplate more, right? And then when we contemplate more and see the srishti in our body and in the entire universe, and then there are not just one universe, there are many universes, it should make us humble. And humility is a very beautiful quality, very beautiful. It directly impresses Krishna. No other thing impresses Krishna. Humility impresses Krishna. A humble disciple is very dear to Krishna, actually. So so therefore Bhagavan is called a Deen Dayal. So therefore you are Hiranyagarbha, means you are the reservoir of the universes. In fact, you only are the universe. All the universes are you only, right? So therefore it's very amazing. It is Achintya Veda Tattva. Everything is you are Brahma, and still you are not everything, because as Swarup you are always eternally enjoying, right, rasa, the reciprocation of rasa with your premi bhakta in Golok Dham, where even though you are supremely opulent, but none of them is bothers about your opulence. In fact, for all of them you are like a very tender child. You are like a darling. You're darling of everyone. There are so many, your mother, your father, and your friends and gopis, and the animals, beasts, and birds and trees and the river and mountains. You are the darling object, right? No one bothers, no one is bothered, or no one is concerned. In fact, they don't know Yog Maya, right? Also, one more thing for Bhagwan, the Bhagwan is independently a Bhagwan. Bhagwan means he is the possessor of all the opulences. And for these opulences, he does not have to depend on anyone. He will not come to me, Sushant, please give me your wealth because I am feeling short of that. No, he is supremely opulent spontaneously by definition. So independently. But for Raswan, he has to depend on his devotees, because devotees only kind of give him rasas. Devotees give him prema, bhakti. Devotees give him various kinds. There are 12 rasas mentioned there in the first canto. All these rasas are actually, they are provided to Krishna. Krishna does not become the giver. Krishna now becomes the beneficiary. Devotees become the facilitators. Devotees become the givers. To Krishna, who is actually giving to every living entity, Krishna becomes the receiver, and the devotees give him prema and rasa. So for Rasvan, Krishna is depending on devotees. This is also an Achintya Veda. All these opulences we see around us, they are all the energies of Bhagavan Krishna. But the same Bhagavan is depending on his devotees. This dependence is not a flaw, by the way. It's an ornament. Same Krishna is as Rasvan, he's depending on his devotees. So this is Achintya Veda Ved. As Swarup, he is very much, he is very much chasing his devotees. Okay. What's the time now? 8:08. Do I have anything else? So ये एक मीनिंग है जो हम लोग कहते हैं ना, सर्वम खलविदम ब्रह्मा. Everything is Brahman means everything belongs to Brahman. Everything emanates from Brahma. And here also Hiranyakashipu says this, right? What does he say? You are Hiranyagarbha, the reservoir of the universes. Hiranyagarbha asi Brihat. Brihat means Brahma, greater than the greatest. Triprishtam, but transcendental to the three modes of material nature. So Hiranyagarbha, the reservoir of the universe, you are Brahma, but you are also transcendental to the three modes of material nature. ट्रांसेंडेंटल का एक एग्जांपल है कि जैसे स्पाइडर और वेब होते हैं ना, स्पाइडर वीव्स द वेब. सो when a spider is walking on the web, so the spider is in the web as well as it is out the web, which means the web does not entangle the spider. The spider can comfortably walk on the web, whereas other insects, they get trapped. So in the web means, to ignorant people it will seem that spider बीजे फंस गई है. तो spider जो है transcendental to the web. The web is its energy. वेब को देखिए, वेब का जो मटेरियल है और कितना इंटेलिजेंटली जो है स्पाइडर वो वेब को वीव करती है. In fact, it is said that the thread of the web is even harder than the steel, actually. तो कितना इंटेलिजेंटली, कितना पेशेंटली a spider weaves the web. Weaves a web, creates a web, makes a web. And that it does to entangle others. The spider itself is not entangled by its own woven web. So a spider is transcendental. So Krishna has also made this entire cosmos, so many universes with so many planets. For what? So that the already entangled living entities, they can find their various avenues of enjoyment here in this universe. But Krishna is transcendental. Even when though he appears here, the mudha, the ignorant people, they ridicule him, thinking that he is also one of the trapped and he's also us Mayavadis. And but that's just their the stupidity, right? So all these things, this all these things, it's this thinking about all these things should bring humility in us. And this humility then further and further, when humility condenses, then it condenses into Krishna Prem, actually. So this humility is a very, very important feature, very important, being humble. Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Now we'll proceed to the next section and see if anyone has got anything to add. Our scientists want to add something? Our students? You can unmute yourself and whatever add. Okay, then I request Maharaji. Okay, so we'll wind up, we'll conclude here. The Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Pati Pavan Shripad Maharaj ki jai ho, Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrindi ki jai ho. Hare Krishna.